إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستغفره ونستعينه ونستهديه ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وخليله اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه عباد الله أوصيكم ونفسي المقصرة أولا بتقوى الله فاتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون ثم أما بعد. All praise are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most gracious and the most merciful. The best of his peace and blessings shall be bestowed upon his beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and upon those that follow his footsteps. يقول ربنا عز وجل في القرآن الكريم بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اركعوا واسجدوا واعبدوا ربكم وافعلوا الخير لعلكم تفلحون. In Surah Al-Hajj, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this verse is giving us a straight amr, order, very clear, needs no interpretation, it just needs sami'na wa ata'na. It needs us to listen and implement and apply. In it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is calling upon those who believe. Again, as we said, there are different messages in the Quran, different orders, different callings. Some of them for all humans, some of them for the people of reason, some of them for those who believe. You believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Listen up. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, O you who believe, irka'u, make ruku'. And the ruku' here is referring to your salah. Ruku' wasjudu, make your sujood. Wa'budu rabbakum, and obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, obey his commands. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us an order that's at the level of al-ibadah, al-ruku' wal-sujud, which is افعلوا الخير لعلكم تفلحون, and do good deeds, do al-khayr. Make sure that your actions are something khayr, something good. Whatever you do, well, first of all, you need to do. افعلوا, you need to act. You need to act. You cannot just be performing ibadat and sit down, do nothing. This is not going to get you anywhere. We are not created to be monks. We're not created to say, Wallahi alhamdulillah, I went to Salat al-Jum'ah. Qattar Allah khairi. Excellent. العبادات الركوع والسجود وطاعة أمر الله سبحانه وتعالى has to be productive, has to reflect on your daily life, has to reflect on your actions, has to reflect on your family, has to reflect on your community, on our society. فعلوا الخير. You need to do. Do what? Do good. And when we talk about doing good, we ask ourselves a question, what is it? What good can we do? Now unfortunately, a lot of people will tell you, pay sadaqah, ayadat al-marid, visit the sick, pay charity. Good things, absolutely, absolutely good things. Nobody can deny that these acts of individuals are good. But we need to start realizing there are good things that we need as a community. There are good deeds and actions that we need for our future generations, for our children, for our well-being, for our safety, for our security, for our prosperity. Islam is not just about feel good. Alhamdulillah, I paid $10 on the way out to the masjid today. Done, that's it, done my job. It's way beyond this, my dear brothers and sisters. And it is time for us, this is not the first time you hear this, but it's time for us to focus. If there is a good thing to do in certain times, let's focus on them. One of the best things that you can do as a Muslim is قضاء حاجة المسلم أو حاجة الناس, is to serve people, whether they are Muslims or not. Serving people, strengthening that social fiber and social structure, connecting, lifting up the community. This is one of the best things you do. How do we know? Because of the many ahadith that Rasulullah ﷺ told us that refers to the importance of such act. Very well known ahadith. For example, as mentioned in Sahih al-Bukhari, that Rasulullah ﷺ said, Al-Muslim akhul Muslim, لا يظلمه ولا يسلمه ومن كان في حاجة أخيه كان الله في حاجته. Now this refers to amongst our community as Muslim. Al-Muslim akhul Muslim. Muslims are brothers and sisters. لا يسلمه ولا يظلمه. You don't let him down, and you don't do him or her injustice. Group dynamics, group work. وَمَنْ كَانَ فِي حَاجَةِ أَخِيهِ كَانَ اللَّهُ فِي حَاجَتِهِ. And those who focus on serving the needs of his brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will serve your needs. If you focus on serving other people's needs, don't worry about yours, Allah will take care of them. So imagine if we're all focusing on serving each other's needs and the community's needs, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be serving all of our needs. وَمَنْ فَرَجَ عَنْ مُسْلِمٍ كُرْبَةً مِنْ كُرَبِ ومن فرج مسلم كربة فرج الله عنه كربة من كربات يوم القيامة ومن ستر مسلما ستره الله يوم القيامة. And those who lift the calamity or the hardship off of a Muslim brother or sister, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will do the same thing for him or her يوم القيامة. And those who will give sitr, conceal the faults of his brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will conceal his faults on the day of judgment. Rasulullah ﷺ was also asked, أَيُّ النَّاسِ أَحَبُّ إِلَى اللَّهِ. Who are the most beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Who are the most beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? A question asked to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam al-mu'ayyad, the ones who received the revelation directly from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَأَيُّ الْأَعْمَالِ أَحَبُّ إِلَى اللَّهِ. And which of the actions? Though we said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَافْعَلُوا. So أَيُّ الْأَعْمَالِ أَحَبُّ إِلَى اللَّهِ. Act. Which are the best actions that are most beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? فَقَالَ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ أَحَبُّ النَّاسِ إِلَى اللَّهِ أَنْفَعُهُمْ لِلنَّاسِ. Now we're going out of the circle of benefiting your Muslim brother and sister to the society. Those that are most beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those are the most beneficial to people. Anything you do, you're weighing, am I benefiting or harming? Anything you say, you're weighing, am I benefiting or harming? I'm benefiting, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves him. I'm harming, let's recalculate our moves. وَأَحَبُّ الْأَعْمَالِ إِلَى اللَّهِ سُرُورٌ تُدْخِلُهُ عَلَى مُسْلِمٍ. And the best of your actions is happiness that you give to your brothers and sisters. So what we're saying here is the actions of benefit, the actions of khayr, typically, historically, traditionally, we are used to some certain actions that make us feel good. But when we read the hadith and realize the emphasis on lifting calamities, on lifting harm, on trying to participate in making our brothers and sisters and community and society happy and safe. If we put that together, we realize that there's a lot more to do. So any opportunity that comes to us, that we feel in it, any kind of a push to a harm or an attraction of a benefit, this is definitely a great opportunity to gain the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anything, especially if there are clear harms that we see around us happening every day. More on the harms after the break. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه فيا فوز المستغفرين. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, we all know that we are 10 days away from the federal elections. And we all know, whether we feel it or not, or understand it or not, that the federal elections hold extreme importance in the life of Canadians. Whether you're a citizen or a permanent resident or even on work permit or study permit, the governance of the country is something that's directly connected to harm and benefit. Directly connected to harm and benefit. If we are not used to, from wherever we came from, seeing benefits coming out of governments, possible. Knowing that it's all harm, maybe. We just need to understand the situation we're in and the dynamics of the society that we live in, is there is harm and benefit associated with any ideology or mentality or government. This is normal. What we need to realize is it is in our hands to bring benefit and push harm. It's 100% wallahi in your hands. It's in our hands to know that when you have a say in who's going to govern the country, what kind of policies and laws and principles they have, you have to taf'alul khayr. You have to do the right thing. You have to weigh in with your power, with your voting power. Because it's in your hands. Especially if we know that some of the candidates of some parties, and we're not here to mention names of individuals or parties, but it's very well known to all of us that some of them, they openly have racist remarks, racist ideologies, unwelcoming principles, especially to new immigrants. Some of them have open attacks, clearly openly xenophobic. They don't like new immigrants. They don't like people of other race. They don't like people of other religion. This is reality. There are good people out there. There are bad people out there. We all know about one of the candidates in Mississauga who openly attacked hijab and attacked Islam just a year ago. We did talk about that campaign that took place in Mississauga last year. I actually mentioned it in one of the khutbah here last year. It was in May 2018 when the Muslim community in Mississauga ran a campaign, an advertisement campaign on the city of Mississauga transit bus, talking about hijab, talking about the meaning of hijab, talking about the connection of hijab, for example, to Sayyida al-Adra Maryam, peace be upon her, and how her dress code is similar to what Muslim women wear, and how this is an honor, peaceful campaign. And then we know that a person of a certain society, a community from Mississauga didn't like that campaign. She wrote a letter for the city of Mississauga, to the mayor, complaining. And that letter was extremely dangerous. The ideas in the letter was extremely dangerous. She actually said the hijab is not from Islam. She's not a Muslim herself. She got offended. She said she started claiming that the hijab is not from Islam. The hijab is a political symbol and a cultural symbol. And this person now is a candidate for one of the parties in Mississauga. So if a party is accepting a person to attack Islam openly and say the hijab is not a symbol of religion, it's not a religious symbol, it's a political symbol and a cultural symbol, what does that mean to us? Did we hear about this? Did we do anything to push back? Is this an indicator of a harm that could be coming our way? This is my question. Such attitude, such statement, is it an indicator that there's a harm coming our way if she makes it to the parliament and the party that endorsed her believe that the hijab of our Muslim woman who's worn following "A'budu Rabbakum," because it's an order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do we accept someone telling us, teaching us our religion, telling us that it's not from deen? It's actually a political symbol. What does it mean to say it's a political symbol? That means every woman that wears a hijab has a political agenda or belongs to a political movement. Is that something that we accept as a community? Do we accept? Would she herself accept us going, teaching her her religion? I don't think she would. But it's okay to do it for Muslims, because do we let things go? Do we accept such attack and such behavior in our deen? So if today they will say it's a political symbol or a cultural symbol, so it has nothing to do with deen, but our women are ignorant and we're ignorant, we don't know our deen, we're wearing hijab because هذا ما وجدنا عليه آباءنا, because this is what we found our parents doing. My dear brothers and sisters, this is a harm that we see clearly, openly coming our way as a community. Are we gonna sit down and do nothing about it? Or are we gonna follow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's order? فَعَلُوا الْخَيْرِ. Could this be, or this statement, cause harm to our brothers or our sisters, and we have an opportunity to lift that harm? Is this part of lifting the harm, or what? Should we be moving to lift the harms, especially when we know people are planning and saying things that are clearly, intentionally planning harm, to put harm in our ways? And I want to remind you of a very important hadith. What Rasulullah ﷺ said, إِنَّ لِلَّهِ عِبَادًا اختصهم بالنعم لمنافع العباد يقرهم فيها ما بذلوها فإذا منعوها نزعها منهم فحولها إلى غيرهم. Very important hadith. Some people would say, Wallahi, I do want to help, but I'm busy. I do want to volunteer, but I don't have time. Because I have to make ends meet, I have to serve my family, I have to put food on the table, I have to work, I don't have time to participate. Although sometimes the action doesn't require half an hour of your time. But nevertheless, a lot of people always think of that time spent on serving your community and serving your society as a wasted time that's gonna take over from your livelihood. Well, listen to this and listen well. Rasulullah ﷺ said there are ibad. There are some servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all of us to be amongst them. Say Ameen. There are ibad to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that has been given a certain special status and special ni'am, special ata, special gifts. Allah will give you those gifts. Your providence, your rizq, your barakah in your life, in your money, in your wealth, in your children. Ni'am min Allah. Think of Allah's ni'am. What would Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us as gifts? Malik al-Muluk subhanahu. What would He give you as ni'am? There are ibad, there are servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give ni'am and gifts. اختصهم بالنعم لمنافع العباد. Those ni'am are given to them only because they are benefiting others. Allahu Akbar. This is clearly one of the abwab al-rizq. This is a door of rizq. This is a gateway for rizq. By serving others, focusing on protecting others, focusing on taking care of your community members, you're getting a special rizq from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يُقِرُّهُمْ فِيهَا مَا بَذَلُوهَا. As long as you're serving and working to serve and working to care, you are granted those ni'am. فَإِذَا مَنَعُوهَا نَزَعَهَا مِنْهُمْ. But if you stop serving, those gifts will be taken away. فَحَوَّلَهَا إِلَى غَيْرِهِمْ. And they're given to others. Who are those others? Those that will remain serving and benefiting and working, lifting harms, doing goods for others, not just focused about me, my work, my this. By serving others, Allah will provide us. We do not be put in a situation where وَإِن تَوَلَّوْا يَسْتَبْدِلْ قَوْمًا غَيْرَكُمْ ثُمَّ لَا يَكُونُوا أَمْثَالَكُمْ. We do not be put in a situation where if we turn our faces away from serving our community and doing what needs to be done at the right time, that we will be replaced. This is the time of lifting harm. This is the time of bringing good. What is elections? Choosing the right people that will benefit the community, and making sure we don't choose the people or don't allow people to come that will harm society. This is a big chance for us to move. There's a big chance for us to participate, and it starts today. Advanced polling starts today. We need to move, we need to act, we need to do it with the right intention. And the intention is, we say it clearly and openly. We choose the right people to push harm from anybody's way, for all of us as Canadians. أَنْفَعُهُمْ إِلَى النَّاسِ, Allah said. Those who benefit people. We want to benefit Canada, it's our country. We want to benefit all Canadians. We want to make sure we choose people that will not harm Canadians, and choose people that will benefit and help Canadians. This is our duty as citizens, and it's your duty as a Muslim. And if you're looking for that ni'am, that special gifts from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is a great opportunity that we don't want to waste. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to enlighten our hearts and enlighten our mind to understand Islam and help us apply it. Allahumma ameen. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us and bless our children and bless our society. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us be among those that will work diligently to serve and help our community. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless our brothers and sisters and the weak ones across the globe. اللهم نسألك العفو والعافية في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم عافنا في ديننا. اللهم عافنا في دنيانا. اللهم استر عوراتنا وآمن من روعاتنا، واحفظنا من بين أيدينا ومن خلفنا وعن يميننا وعن شمائلنا ومن فوقنا، ونعوذ بعظمتك أن نغتال من تحتنا. اللهم من أراد بالإسلام والمسلمين خيرا فوفقه لكل خير، ومن أراد بالإسلام والمسلمين شرا فخذه أخذ عزيز مقتدر. اللهم احفظنا يا رب العالمين، واستر علينا. اللهم ارزقنا حبك وحب من يحبك وحب النبي المصطفى صلى الله عليه وسلم، إنك على كل شيء قدير. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.